Hopefully that's good. We are talking today about developing prosperity consciousness in sales. Okay, we're live on IG. Good morning. We are live over on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Beautiful. I felt called, like I said today, to talk about how to develop and cultivate prosperity consciousness in sales. Good morning, everyone. Oh, so good to see you. Hello, hello. Hey, Torold. Good afternoon. So good to see you. Hey, if you have questions on this topic of developing prosperity consciousness, I want you to pop them in the chat. This has transformed my life. It will transform not just your sales, but everything in your life. And it's all an inside out game. And it's all about shifting your focus. So we're going to talk today about no matter what is in the bank account, no matter what is in your sales pipeline, no matter how many clients you currently have or don't have, when you learn how to shift your focus to prosperity consciousness, the impact that it will have on your business and how fast it can happen as well, which is really, really exciting. So again, if you have questions on this, pop them in the chat. I get to talk to our community and my clients all the time about this, which is beautiful. But this is also an opportunity for you, if you're not yet in any of our programs, to come in and chat about this and ask questions, because this really is one of my favorite topics. Hey, Gary, good morning. So let's talk about why this matters. Why does prosperity consciousness even matter in your sales? Now, we can all probably guess, right? But I will say I used to exist in lack consciousness. And it had nothing to do with what was in the bank. It had nothing to do with my sales numbers. It was a habit and a perpetual way of thinking and a perpetual way of being. And so you can even just reflect on this. I've had a lot of conversations lately with new women coming into our programs and in the community they'll even tell me, like, hey, if someone knew what was in my bank account, they would be like, you're rich, you got a lot of money, right? But I feel lack. I feel nervous to circulate the money. I feel nervous to spend the money. Who here can relate to that? Have you ever been there? Let me know, by the way, if you're joining live on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, pop me a comment. That's how I know you're here. So I'd love to engage with you and connect with you on that as well. But so again, this has nothing to do with how much money is in the bank. Hey, Maple, you going to come join us? And there's this concept that we talk about in our programs and in the community called abundance selling versus scarcity selling. My good friend, Ian Koniak, he was a client. He's a good friend, a colleague. Go follow him if you're not connected with him yet. But he and I did a webinar on this together. It's been a while, maybe a year. But we did a webinar together on abundance selling. And he was like the top performer at Salesforce, $1 million earner. Hey, Angela, good morning. Oh, good morning. Good morning. So happy to see you. So we talked about this topic though, and what a shift it will make in your results when you do this. And so when I was scarcity selling, and just like self-reflect, and you can even check in with yourself to say, oh, am I doing this? Right? Again, it has nothing to do with what's in the bank or with your sales pipeline. It has everything to do with your consciousness inside of you. When I was scarcity selling, I would be, again, I was like a top performer, but I was still scarcity selling. I'd be nervous on sales calls. I would feel pressure to close. Just check in with yourself. I would think about my goal for the end of the month. And instead of feeling excited, I would feel anxious, defeated, worried, again, lack, limitation, scarcity feeling. So that is scarcity selling. And because the energy in which we do a thing determines the outcome of a thing. If we're approaching our sales or our business from scarcity consciousness and scarcity mindset, we're going to get results that mirror back. It's not that you won't make some sales, you will, but you're going to have people ghosting you. You're going to have people saying no. You're going to have people stringing you along. You're going to feel like you're having to chase, to force, to hustle to get your results. Who here has been like that, right? Or experienced that? So that's scarcity selling. Now, abundance selling comes from having prosperity consciousness. And abundance selling is what happens when we learn how to embody abundance, when we learn that we actually are abundance. You are abundance. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We did a live event called the Abundance Experience. And it was so beautiful because I got to share everything that I've learned that's really transformed my life in the past 4 years in a big, big way. And so this is the big shift, and this is the big punchline for you too, is many of us think, oh, I will feel abundant when what? When there's a million, a couple million in the bank account, when I've just had my first $100,000 month, maybe my first 10K month, my first 250K month. Good morning, everyone who's joining. Allison, so good to see you. I was thinking about you the other day. And we think that's when I will feel abundant. That's when I will be abundant. Well, I used to think that way. And no matter what was in the bank, or no matter how many sales were coming in that month, I would still feel lack. Let me know if you felt that way. Yeah, give me a heart if you felt that way, right? I think a lot of us have experienced this. What really shifted things for me was when I started studying a lot of great teachers, but one of them, if you followed me for a while, you know I'm obsessed, Joe Dispenza and his work. And I really focused on cultivating a consciousness of abundance from the inside out. And again, the punchline of all of this is you actually are abundance. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you. But because what we focus on expands, I did an interview. Oh, well, let me say this. Because what we focus on expands, when you shift your consciousness to actually recognize that you are abundance and that it's something that you generate from the inside out, your bank account will shift to reflect that. Your sales will shift to reflect that. I did an interview yesterday with a really cool show, and we were talking about. They were like, "Wow, never thought about integrating quantum physics," which this is the observer effect. What we're talking about, right? What you focus on expands. Quantum physics and sales. I love this stuff. I feel like our brand is a blend of like science and spirituality and sales, and all three of those wrapped into one, which is really beautiful and powerful. But that's the observer effect in quantum physics. Whatever you focus on expands. And so let's talk about what is prosperity consciousness. I was actually thinking about it this morning, and I was like, I want to break down these words a little bit here and help you have a deeper understanding, and then talk about how do you start to embody this, and how do you start to cultivate prosperity consciousness within yourself. So if we break down the words, what is prosperity? Prosperity is simply abundance, right? What is abundance? I don't think abundance is a certain dollar amount. I think everyone's definition of abundance is different. One of the exercises that I have my clients do, and that we do at live events as well, is we talk about finding what abundance is for you, because it's going to be different for everyone. And so often we seek earning a certain dollar amount because it's what we think is going to make us worthy or validated or good enough. And that's actually not abundance. That's not abundance. When we ask the question, if no one was watching, if no one was looking, if no one was going to know, how would I want my life to be? What sort of home would I desire to live in? What sort of car would I want to drive? What sort of experiences would I love to have? Hey, Laura, good morning. We can start to connect with what abundance is for us. And so this is where we can step into our true power. And a lot of people think, well, like I should want $1 million. I should want $1 billion. I should want this. I should want that. I think you need to connect with what is abundance for you, because it's different for everyone. You know, we've got members of the community where it is very aligned for them to, you know, in their lifetime, do things like fly private jet, have multiple homes, have that experience, because that's their sole desire. We have other members of the community who are like, I want to live a really simple life. Like I want to live the laptop lifestyle. I want to travel and work remotely. I want to live and work in countries where the exchange rate is really great, right? And so it's like, it's all about what it is for you. What is abundance for you, not for anyone else. But once we tap into that, the energy of that is more than enough, having more than enough. So, what would it feel like for you to be in overflow right now in your life and have more than enough coming in for your soul aligned desires? I use this phrase when I'm working with our clients, your soul aligned desires, right? This is again about you stop looking outside of you for what you think is going to make you happy, good enough, successful in the eyes of others. And you ask, what do I like? Things started getting really exciting in my life when I started looking within. And this was really, I would say, just four-ish years ago that I really went deep on this journey. I'd done personal development for a long time before that. But when I really decided to make some big changes in my life and I'd been looking so outside of me for, what success should look like. And I finally stopped and I started looking at what do I love? What type of home do I love? What type of experiences do I love? What type of, and again, it's like we got conditioned growing up of what's normal and what's not. And for many of us, many members of the community, you have a desire for far greater than what you saw modeled growing up. Let me know, give me a heart or a yes in the comments if you're on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. Like, who in here desires more than you saw modeled growing up? And yet we can make ourselves wrong for that, right? We can make ourselves wrong and say, well, we think we want too much. We're thinking too big. I believe your desires are green lights, right? Your desires are green lights. So abundance, prosperity is about abundance, right? It's about more than enough. Now, consciousness, this is really important. So pay attention here. Consciousness, we're talking about prosperity consciousness here today. Consciousness is, what are you aware of? What are you paying attention to? What are you focusing on? And this is always a choice. You always have a choice of what you're going to focus on. So, whatever is in your bank account is old news. Whatever is in your sales pipeline is old news. Whatever your current, whatever your revenue number was for last month or for this month so far, it's old news. Now, if you like what's happening and you like what you're seeing, you want to focus more on that, right? You want to become more aware of that. You want to put more energy into that. But if you don't, and if you desire more, then you just got to remember this is all old news. So, what am I going to become conscious of? I want to become conscious of and aware of where abundance exists in my life right now. So, abundant people, I heard this from Dr. Joe, abundant people don't ask for an abundance of money, they ask for an abundance of opportunities. So right now, are you asking for, oh, let me just have, if I could just have 10K in the bank, if I could just have 50K in the bank, if I could just have 100K in the bank, a million in the bank, then I'd feel safe, secure, abundant? No, ask for opportunities, right? I'm asking for I love opportunities. I love opportunities. I love opportunities to serve. I love opportunities to speak. I love opportunities to connect. I create my own opportunities too. It's like with this live stream, I was like, you know what? I got off the habit of going live on a regular basis. And I know when I'm doing that, I can connect with you more powerfully. We can share, I can pour into you. It cultivates more opportunities for our company. So I was like, I want to go live and be available for more. Number one, because I do love pouring into you and I want to be available for opportunities, right? So shift your focus to an abundance of opportunities flowing in your life, even if they haven't closed, right? Still an abundance of opportunities. Maybe you have an abundance of leads that you could close. And if you don't, it's okay. Shift your focus to abundance of something else. I don't care how many followers you have on social. If you have 50 followers, if you have 100 followers, I want you to think about right now, Would I be excited if I got, now maybe you'd be a little scared and nervous, but would you still be excited if you got the opportunity today to come speak and share your message in a room of 50 to 100 people? The answer is probably yes. Well, guess what? That's what you got. You've got an abundance of followers. So go show up and serve them the way that you would show up and serve however many you'd like to have, whether that's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, right? How would you speak and show up today if you had the volume, the number that you desire, that you actually desire to? But you have to notice where you're already abundant. And if you feel resistance around anything to do with money or sales or business, when you think about abundance, shift it to something else, right? There's an abundance of oxygen for me to breathe in. Take a shower. Notice the abundance of water pouring down on you. Not everyone has that on the planet. You are abundant. So we have to shift our focus and notice, what are we becoming aware of? And again, because of the observer effect in quantum physics, because what we focus on expands, when you shift your focus in this way, you will start to have a greater abundance flowing in dollars, in sales, in opportunities. Is this making sense? Do we have questions on this? Let me know in the comments if you have questions. Christine, good morning. Catherine, good morning. I want to hear if you have questions on this, but this is it. And when we do this, when we shift our focus from scarcity, lack, limitation to prosperity and abundance in sales, you're going to notice a dramatic difference in your results. We've got a new member of our 10K club community, and she's a tech sales account exec. She's B2B. And she was like, holy moly, in just a short amount. I don't think she used the phrase holy moly as an Ellie's phrase, but she was like, in a really short amount of time of studying this material, not working harder, not grinding harder. She just shifted her focus. She's like, I have opportunities showing up in my inbox that she's like, I feel like I should have to work harder for these things. And I don't believe in shoulds, right? I think we do put in the effort. We do show up. We do take action, but it's inspired action, which is very different from should, force, hustle action. But it will make a huge difference. Oh, Christina on Facebook, I love you too. Oh, you're running to Italy. Good. Go enjoy your Italy trip. More opportunities. Beautiful. So just be available for those opportunities to flow in. That is abundance. That is abundance. When we shift that focus and we say, I'm available for more opportunities. I'm available for more people to serve. I'm available for more flow in my life. Stop making it so much about the money and make it more about opportunities, flow. There's a beautiful song from a musician. His name's A Soul Called Joel, and the song's called Flow. And I listened to that, and if you're noticing a kink in the hose anywhere in your sales or business, you listen to this and you start meditating on the concept of flow. Stop striving for the money. Stop getting stressed out about the money. Focus on what would it look like for me to be more in flow in my life and in my business? What would it look like for me to be more in circulation? Okay. Lisa, I was thinking about you the other day. I'm so glad to see you. How are you, my friend? Good morning. For those of you who are joining, we are talking about cultivating prosperity consciousness today. Lisa saying availability plus commitment. Yes, available to serve. I tell you what, I recently opened up in my life to being available to serve at a whole nother level. And just in making that commitment and being available, there's a whole new level of prosperity that has flown in. And it's not just money. I mean, money is part of it. But it's prosperity in terms of incredible team. We've got one of our new beautiful team members on this morning, Angela. It's prosperity in terms of opportunities. It's prosperity in terms of time. Like there's so much more that's flowing, and clients. Yes, there's so much more that's flowing in, but it came from saying, I'm available to serve, right? I'm available to be of service on a bigger scale. So this is it. Do we have questions on this? We're talking about cultivating prosperity consciousness and the impact that it makes in your sales and in your business. If you have questions on this, pop them in the comments. I'll share with you a free resource and then something we've got coming up too that you can participate in if you want to go deeper. So, free resource on this. We have a beautiful, really immersive training called the 4 Quadrants of Quantum Sales Growth. And there's a whole segment in there on money and prosperity. And it's a framework that we teach that was just downloaded. And it's when I look back on my own quantum leap and being able to get unstuck from being at the same level of sales for over a decade to finally 10xing it, but doing it in 6 weeks, not by working harder. It was this process we teach as the 4 Quadrants of Quantum Sales Growth. So that's a free training. EliseArcher.com/4 Quadrants if you want to grab that and go way deeper in this work. Karen, good morning. You're saying today I'm going to appreciate what I do have. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. This is the first step. This is beautiful. Today I'm going to appreciate what I do have instead of thinking about what I don't have. Exactly. Karen, I love that you shared that. That is how it happens. We shift our focus. We have to shift our focus. And this is something that I work with clients on too when they come into our programs. Oh, Cindy, hi. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. And they come into our programs and sometimes I was speaking with a new client last week who wants to move into a new home. She wants to build a new home. She doesn't love where she's living right now. And I was like, the more you resist where you're living right now, the longer you're going to stay there. The longer you're going to stay there. Because what we resist persists. And so we talked about it and she sent me a message. She's like, I'm sprucing up where I'm living right now. I'm pouring the energy into it that I would pour into the home that I actually desire to have. This is part of prosperity consciousness. It's wherever you are right now, you have more than enough to get to where you want to go. This is the law. This is a prosperity law, the law of sufficiency and abundance. Prosperity law of sufficiency and abundance, which means that no matter where you are right now, for wherever you want to go next, you have what you need to take the next step. You have what you need to take the next step. Karen is saying, will you put the training link in the comments? Yes, it's Elise Archer, EliseArcher.com/4 Quadrants. Angela, if you're still on, if you could type that in, that would actually be super helpful. So EliseArcher.com/4 Quadrants. It's the number 4. But this law is that no matter where you are right now, you have what you need to go to the next step. This can mean if you want to enroll in a program, maybe you don't have enough for paid in full, but you have enough for a deposit or a payment plan. If you want to, what are some other examples? You want to buy a new home, right? You want to buy a new home. Maybe you don't have enough for the full down payment today, but you can take the next step. You can go meet with a realtor. You can go find the home that you would like. You don't need to money doesn't flow in until we make a committed decision, until we say, yes, this is happening. You don't need to know how. You just need to know that you want it. Cindy is saying, today I'm defeated. Today I feel defeated. Cindy, okay, here's what's happening. You are in a quantum leap. This happens, and it can happen for a number of different reasons. When we say yes to our next level, when we say, yes, I am ready and available for more prosperity, for more abundance, for more flow, for more leads, for more clients, for more sales, and we're like, yes, I'm going to that next level. And we start to feel better, right? We get into this material, we go deeper, we start ascending. A few things happen in that process. And the key is just awareness of what's going on. One, your nervous system, if it's not used to feeling so abundant and so in flow and having so much flow in, it will try to self-regulate and it will try to bring you back down to that level that you feel comfortable at. So Cindy, you're in 10K Club, which is beautiful. So we're going to keep working with you to help you normalize and naturalize that next level so that what was once your ceiling becomes your new floor. But it's okay. Don't fight the defeat, right? We just want to get curious and love it. There's a beautiful book called Letting Go. Who wrote Letting Go? Is it David Hawkins, I think, where he talks about the process of just loving whatever feeling is showing up. in that process because what we resist persists. But the other thing that's happening, Cindy, that can happen when we're in that quantum leap, and there's actually a training that I do in the 10K club in our curriculum to talk about what happens in the up level, is that you are breaking old energetic bonds. When you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go to the next level. When I was like, I am done playing small and I was ready to get out of the six-figure range and go to seven figures, I was like, I am done playing small. And I had to make a lot of changes in a short amount of time with that. And what happens is you're actually releasing a lot of old energetic bonds to what used to be. So whether it's the old version of you, old relationships, old clients, old partnerships, things that no longer serve, and you're breaking up these old bonds, you're releasing a great deal of energy in that. So when people come in to our programs and they start quantum leaping, there can also be an experience of like, ooh, things feel like chaos, right? Like things can break in the home. There's like, it's like, I don't fight with my partner. Now I'm having a fight, right? I'm just giving examples of things. And there's nothing wrong that's going on. You're just releasing energetic ties and cutting energetic ties to what used to be. The key is, how do you harness that energy and shifting and redirecting that energy to what you want? And that all comes down to focus. That's that prosperity consciousness and focus. Cindy's saying, today I used one of your tools. I reframed negative energy around paying more money than I wanted to by reframing how that money will bless that seller's family like a ripple in a pond. Beautiful. Yes, that's beautiful. Just noticing, right? And so when we circulate, I've been really meditating on and playing with in my own life lately, just this concept of circulation, especially when it comes to money, because I was taught to grip and hoard and hold on to it. I was taught to make money source. And I believed that for a long time. And when I was in that energy, money didn't flow. Big shock, right? So I've been playing with this concept of just circulation. And what would it look like to be so in the trust and the flow and the energy of circulation that no matter how much goes out, there's always more coming in, right? Just cultivating and developing this belief system. And it's so beautiful because when you do this, you connect to a higher consciousness of being part of the whole, which is what we really are, right? We're all just part of the whole. So when I can circulate out money and bless someone else, and when I can do it at a level that makes the old version of me uncomfortable, which, Cindy, it sounds like you did. When I can do it, and when I can then connect with, well, how would the version of me at my goal accomplished feel about this? Would she be freaking out about the amount of money that went out? Probably not, right? How would she be? She'd be in gratitude. She'd be in appreciation. She would know that more than that was coming back to her. She wouldn't be attached to how or who it was coming through. This is something else that's really important. Prosperity consciousness in sales. We have to be unattached to who is our client, how they come in. We can't make any one person source. That's not how it works. Gingham Gal is saying, yes, David Hawkins wrote Letting Go. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that. I was thinking that. Torald, love your quadrant one on all this and more. Things are shifting. Yay. Yes. Yeah. That 4 quadrants training, y'all, it's completely free. We teach, there's so much in there. So it's elisearcher.com/4 quadrants. We teach the neuroscience of sales success. We teach how to use quantum physics tools to up your sales. We teach money, prosperity consciousness. We teach masculine, feminine energy, and we actually teach strategy in it too. So it's a cool training. It's a deep dive. It's a deep dive, but it's a really cool training. Does anyone else have questions on this? I love the comments. This is really powerful. The one other thing I'll share while I'm waiting to see if any other questions come in, if you want some coaching support around this, we do have, oh my gosh, it's in less than a month now, July 17th and 18th. We've got a live event coming up here in Portland, Maine. It's going to be magical. It's all about money, prosperity. Some of you are going to be there. Laura, I saw you on here. You're going to be there. Anyone else live here today who's going to be there? I think you're the only one I saw who's live, who's going to be there that I know of. Torald, I'm manifesting that you're there. But we've got a beautiful, oh, Cindy, you're going to be there. Sorry, I'm like looking at Instagram and going back and forth. So yeah, Cindy, you're going to be there too, which is beautiful. Um, it is going to be a transformational event. EliseArcher.com/money mindset live. We've got 3 tickets left. 3 tickets left for this. Torald, you're going to be there. Yes. Beautiful. Good. Well, then, Torald, we got 2 tickets left. You're going to be there. Awesome. Laura, yeah, I cannot wait to have you there. It's going to be so, so good. Y'all, it's 2 days of immersive. I haven't put it into words. It is immersive content all about money, all about prosperity consciousness. This is the second quadrant of quantum sales growth that we teach. It's all money. Um, it is, you're going to learn how to tap into a whole new level of financial frequency. So if you want to go from 10K months to 100K months, you're going to learn how to do that, how to actually embody that. You want to go from 100K months to 200, 250 million, whatever you want. We're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to harness this energy in your sales and in your business to massively elevate your revenue. We're going to teach you how to drop any old ways of being with money that no longer serve you. There's so much we're going to teach you. Like, I can't even get into all of it right now. It's going to change your life. So if you want to come join us, EliseArcher.com/money mindset live. You can send me a DM if you have questions on it. My team is here to help as well. But those are the things. So does anyone else have any other questions on prosperity consciousness in sales? This is a great conversation this morning. I'll be coming to you live every Tuesday morning at 9 Eastern. So if you want to come join, mark your calendar. I love for those of you who are here live today. I'll be here again next week, the week of the July 1st. I will not be live because I've got my kids home with me that whole week. Y'all don't want that live. But then aside from that, we're live, baby. Come join me Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. So I hope this served you. If you have questions on anything we talked about, send me a DM. I'm at Elise Archer on all social. And again, you can get that free training, EliseArcher.com/4quadrants. If you want to come join us at the Money Workshop, grab one of the last remaining tickets. It's EliseArcher.com/money mindset live. We would love to serve you. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. You're incredible. Remember, you are abundance. You are prosperity. Practice today. How would I show up in my life, in my business, in my sales if I remembered that I was abundance? If I remember that I was prosperity? Practice that, and you'll notice a shift. You'll notice a significant shift. All right, lots of love. Bye, everyone. See you next week.